So for, what is it, day 20, I thought I would do another tag video for you guys. And so I was looking through different tags on YouTube, and I came across one called the Throwback Tag, and I thought that would be an interesting one. And I actually haven't even looked at the questions yet. I saw number 1 when I clicked on it, but that's not one anybody should really have to think about too much. So yeah, I've got the questions pulled up right over here on my laptop, and I will go ahead and get started. Let's see, how many questions are there? There are 15 questions, so I will go ahead and get started now. Question number 1 is, what year were you born in? I was born in 1990, so I am a 90s child. Number 2, do you have any pictures of yourself from when you were younger? If you do, show them. Here is a picture. This one's me, obviously, and then this is one of my cousins, Rachel, who I never actually even see anymore. Here's one of me on a horse, and this was at, sorry there's like a glare on the photo, I really can't help that, but if I do this, there we go. This was at somebody in my preschool class, kindergarten class, one of those two I think, at his birthday party. So yeah, that was me on a horse, and I love horses. I think that they're great and lots of fun to go riding. So, not that I can do any jumps or any of the cool things. This is a picture. This one is me right here, and that was my friend Mandy. And this is our cabin from one summer at camp. This one, now I feel like I'm showing you guys a whole bunch. I was like, I don't know if there's anyone to show you. They're embarrassing. But now I'm kind of like, aw, memory lane. But yeah, so here's one. I was in kindergarten. And yes, I was such an adorable little girl. Not really, but it's cool. Question number 3. What TV shows did you grow up watching? Okay. I watched Disney Channel a lot. Lizzie McGuire was one when I was younger that I loved, like Even Stevens and things like that. And what else did I watch? Growing Pains, Boy Meets World. That was my absolute favorite show. My cousins were babysitting us on New Year's, actually, when we were little, and they were like, come on, you need to eat dinner. And I was like, no, I can't eat until I'm done watching. They're like, Shayna, the TV's right there, and you need to eat, like, right here. And I was like, no, I have to focus. So, yeah, Boy Meets World, Full House was one of my favorites. So, yeah, those were some of my favorites growing up. Question number 4, what did you want to be when you grow up, and do you still want to be that? I don't know what that was. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a singer, and yes, I still do want to be that. I also wanted to be a fashion designer when I was younger, and then I kind of put that off for a while. I didn't know how to sew, and honestly now, yeah, I would go back to that if I could. I love fashion and beauty and things like that, makeup. So with my degree, if I didn't make it singing or acting, then what I would love to do, it's kind of a little bit different in the like fashion beauty world, but I would love to do marketing with a cosmetics company. So maybe not necessarily in fashion, but it's still kind of that whole like topic of everything. Question number 5, show a video of yourself when you were younger. I don't know if we even really have any. I'm sure my parents do somewhere around the house on video or something, or in storage. I don't know where any of them are, and the only videos that I have, I mean, as far as younger, I guess I could show you guys one of my old YouTube videos from like 3 years ago, but I'm not sure that really counts, so sorry I don't have a thing for that question. Question number 6. What were your favorite toys to play with? I don't know, actually. I remember when I was little, I would write, like, I don't know, my friend and I would, like, write random songs, and we would write different, like, plays and act them out and just make up dances to different songs. So that was one of the things I did for fun when I was younger. But as far as, like, actual toys to play with, I don't know. I never really played with any toys, I would say. I would also, when I was younger, I liked to sort things. I don't know why. when I would get, like, have all my allowance, I would sit there and I would sort it into different categories versus coins. I would take my brother and my sister's allowances. I wouldn't spend it. I wouldn't steal it. I'd give it back to them. But sit there and I would sort it. And with my Halloween candy, I would sort it. Oh my gosh, why can't I talk? I'd sort that into different categories, and I would have, like, big buckets of different beads that you can make bracelets with and necklaces. Again, I would sort it. So that's kind of like what I did when I was younger. So I don't know, that and, like, acting and singing. So pretty much what I do now, I did when I was younger. But yeah. All right, number 7. What's the most embarrassing thing that you can remember doing? Okay, so when I was in 3rd grade, we had a pajama party. And I didn't really have any, like, actual pajamas that I'd be able to wear to school because oftentimes I would just wear an old t-shirt to bed. But yeah, so my mom and I, we went out and we found a pair of pajamas, the top, you know, with the pants and everything. And I went to school, so excited. I had a pair of pajamas to wear. They were a little see-through on the bottom. Everybody could see my underwear and everyone was laughing about it. And now looking back, if that were to happen, like, there are things people wear that I'm like, wow, you need to cover yourself up a little bit more. It's a little sheer. But I wouldn't be too embarrassed now about it. But as a 3rd grader, everybody going, haha, I can see your underwear. It was a little embarrassing. So, number 8. Read something you wrote when you were in kindergarten. I don't have anything that I wrote in kindergarten. I think I'll put it in, but I doubt I will. Question number 9. 3 songs you loved to listen to as a child. I remember Barbara Ann by the Beach Boys. My friend Rachel, she was my best friend at the time. We were obsessed with that song. We'd have my mom play it on repeat. So that was one. And then the second song, I think, is called Kokomo by the Beach Boys again. And this was one my siblings and I, we all just loved. We would play it on repeat, like, no joke. So, yeah. And then another one that we loved, my sister and I both really liked this one. It was called Sweet Pea by Tommy Rowe. And I think he might have been in the 50s or 60s, maybe 50s. I'm not sure. But, yeah, I actually grew up, besides, like I said, with, like, Britney Spears, her first album, and, like, Christina Aguilera, and all those, like, 90s people. I grew up a lot with older music that my mom would have listened to when she was younger. So a lot of my favorite songs were kind of like her favorite songs as well. So, yeah. Question number 10. What was one funny thing you dressed up for as Halloween when you were younger? I don't really recall anything funny necessarily, but I remember I dressed up as Barbie when I was probably 4 or 5. Because I remember I got in a fight with my mom. I wanted to wear real makeup. Like, it was Halloween, let me wear makeup. Nope, she was like, you're not wearing makeup. You want to wear anything, you can wear the mask. Because we had, like, a Barbie mask, and then it had, like, a little dress thing. So my sister and I both went as that, and maybe if she would have let me wear the makeup, I wouldn't be obsessed with it today. Just saying. No, not really. But, yeah, and I dressed up as a cheerleader. I had my aunt's old middle school uniform or something, I think. So I wore that when I was younger for a few years, and then I wore a witch costume for a few years. So I was very original as a child when it came to costumes, and I did repeat my costumes because I was a kid. I didn't need to get a costume every year because honestly, I didn't care about it. I cared about the party at school and getting the candy, and I was done. So, yeah. Question number 11. Tell a funny story of something you remember happening when you were young. Well, I don't know how funny it would be for you guys, but I know when I hear my mom, like, tell stories about me as a child, I personally think it's funny just because now my friends even, like, say to me, like, no, like, Shayna never does anything bad. She's, like, a good girl. But my mom will tell stories about when I was younger, and I was a really evil child. She has had stores on lockdown because of me. She's called the cops because of me. Not that I did anything necessarily bad, but she didn't know where I was. So when I was little, when I would get tired, I'd go to bed. My brother and sister, like, they were always the kids. I'm not tired. I don't want to go to bed. I want to watch TV. I was complete opposite. If I was tired, like, peace out, I'm going to sleep. Kind of like now, actually. But so I went up to bed one night. I was tired. I just wanted to go to sleep. And I guess I didn't tell my mom because she didn't know where I was. And she saw that the door, I guess, was open and freaked out. And she called the cops. And they're like, did you check her room? And she said she was freaking out. Like, yes, I checked her room. Of course I checked her room. And they're like, okay, calm down and check again. Well, I guess she did check. And I was in my bed sleeping where I was all along. So I thought that was kind of funny. I guess we were at like a Macy's, and like the round racks that they have, that was like all they had. I remember back then, but if you know what I'm talking about. So I guess went underneath it, and I was just like watching everybody walk around. My mom freaked out, had the store on lockdown. Somebody, I guess, was like, does that foot belong to you? And that's when she found me, and I was like, I was just watching, Mommy. So yeah, those are only a couple of the things. There are more, sadly, but I think those were funny when my mom tells people about it. Number 12, are there any special things you've kept from when you were a child? Have I kept anything? Oh, okay, well, we do, I think, still have some like baby blankets from when you were a kid. Those are things my mom saved, though, not necessarily me. But I do have a coat rack. It's over there. You can't see it, but it's pink and it says my name on it. And my grandpa made that for me when I was, I think, born, or maybe just a little kid. I don't know. My brother has one as well. So, yeah, I've had that my entire life as far as I can remember, and I still have it. So, I mean, my grandpa made it for me, so I love it. And then I've got a chest that's right there. You can't see it again. My grandpa made for me that says my name on it. So I have that. A lot of the things I have from when I was younger, I don't keep anything just because, like, oh, it's a bear. But if it's something from a family member, yeah, but I don't keep anything just because I thought it was cool and I wanted to have it. 13. What was something weird you used to do as a child? I'm sure there's a lot of things I used to do that was weird as a child. The whole sorting everything, I would think would be pretty weird. Most kids, I don't think, would do that. But I liked counting money and sorting things. Also, I used to drink medicine. That was another thing that I did. Funny story, haha. My mom had to call the fire department on me because I would drink like a bottle of Dimetap at a time, and she thought I was gonna like die. And yeah, so she would what's it called? Put it on the top shelf of the bathroom because what like 3 or 4-year-old would be able to get to it. I would stack things like chairs and books and whatnot and climb up. So that's probably something weird. Number 14. What's the scariest thing you remember that happened to you when you were younger? I don't really know. I don't think anything actually like scary happened to me. I do know that I'm a complete wuss when it comes to anything horror. So watching scary movies was pretty scary for me. I didn't like going in like haunted houses and things like that. So I guess that would be one of the scariest things. I've never had, I don't think, necessarily a traumatic experience. Lastly, question number 15 is, how is the world now different from what it was like, or how is the world now different from how it was like when you were a child? Okay, I mean, honestly, I feel like things are a lot more complicated than when I was a kid. Obviously, like, technology's gotten more difficult, which that's not really a whole big to do because I can adapt to that. But I think that kids are growing up, I feel like I'm going to sound like my parents or something when I say this, but I feel like kids are growing up way faster now than when I was a kid. Just the, like, even the clothes they wear. I know there was a picture circulating around Facebook, and it was like 6th graders then, and it was everybody like peace sign, like jeans and like t-shirt, no big deal. And then 6th graders now, and they're like lifting up their shirts and stuff. I was like, what the hell? So yeah, I think kids are just growing up way too fast now and trying to, even not necessarily growing up fast, they're trying to act like they're growing up. And sorry if this comes off really bitchy, I just think that kids need to slow down. Like, Go play outside. You don't need a cell phone when you're 6 years old to call your mom, hey, I'm done at school like I am every day. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to go before I start, like, rambling on about that. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this tag video, even if it was super duper long, which it probably will be. But if you stuck through to the end, yay, you get a virtual hug. But yeah, I will post the questions down below in the description box so you guys can do this tag if you would like. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all tomorrow.